there doing nothing anyway. Let's pull this light out. Hold on. Ah, that's better. Better! How's everybody doing tonight? Just kind of hanging out, waiting for everybody to get on. Get comfortable in the couch. Dogs have no idea what's happening. Come on, Chloe. You can get back up. Stay, Justin. Chloe, you can come back up. Chloe. I kicked Chloe out of her spot. Come on. You can come back up. Ready? 1, 2, 3. There you go, girl. She's so funny. Okay, I got the computer on, so I'm actually gonna refresh it. It'll show that the live is on. She's too stressed out. That way I can read what you guys are saying and I don't have to try to scooch in. Because my vision is definitely, I need reading glasses now. Who else wears reading glasses? All right. We got Crazy K, which that's Miss Kira. So she's here. Hi, Kira. And Anna and KJ. Hi, Bradley. How are you? So I didn't do much of anything today. I was going to either go get hay or cut firewood, and I didn't do either one of those. Hi, Colleen. Girl, we need to get together. I've been thinking about you a lot. Put that down, Anna. That's not nice. What? How many fingers am I holding up? Yeah. Rude. I'm so blind now. So I had been on the Wegovy shot. I don't know if some of you saw that or not. The blurry vision actually is part of that as a side effect. And I had a bunch of side effects. And I'm going to... I've got a couple videos of things that I've done over the past couple months. And I'm going to edit those. I still haven't done that. And I'm going to add some stuff talking about why I've been MIA for the last 2 months. But I can touch on it here. It was basically because I had a lot of really bad reactions to the Wegovy shot that my doctor had put me on to aid in weight loss. Because with this autoimmune disease, it was causing me to not lose weight. So, but yeah, the vision, totally. And the foggy brain, that was another symptom that I've totally had. I couldn't think of what post office was. Like, I was seeing P.O. box, but I'm like, what does the P.O. stand for? Like, what is that place called? Yeah, couldn't think of that the other day. So, it's legit. Yeah, I'd totally love to come over for dinner. I've got Victor's truck, which I'm probably going to end up buying. So I have a vehicle now to get in and out. And since he lives up here, he actually de-ices the driveway. Because his truck won't come up the hill if it's got ice on it. Even though it's a really heavy truck. So that makes getting in and out. Hi, buddy. You won't come over here and hang out with me? So we went over to my friend Jen's house yesterday. And she has an intact ram. So I took 2 of my sheep over there to get bread. And I went to go pick them up yesterday. And then hung out. And she had planted some fodder beets. And those are the beets that get like 15 pounds. They're humongous. And you grow them for animal feed. And then they grind them down and they put them in animal feed. But you can actually just like cut them up. And depending upon the animals that you have, if they're like ones that can just eat. But they were humongous. So we were picking those yesterday. And she did how big of a space was that? I would say probably a 20 by 20 area. And there was a lot of them in there. And they were huge. So, Anna, I went a little crazy on the online herb shot. I will let you know if my tea concoctions help with mental and heartburn. Oh, that'll be interesting to follow. I was talking to my son about them needing to do a detox from the COVID shots. Um, we were chatting about that this afternoon. His house is coming along really nicely. And it's, oh, hi, Priscilla. Priscilla, you need to text me your address. So you're wherever you want me to mail this bag of mullein that I have for you. So I can get that out. Hi, Avery Acres. Bob! Bob is here. I scared Justin. He's like, what? He's all right, buddy. It's just Bob. Bob made it. Is this really real? A Wednesday live? So, because I went to my friend Jen's house yesterday, it's a 5-hour round trip. And her and I are doing this. She came over and helped me with Firewood last month. And but since we're doing where she comes here 1 month, I go there 1 month. And even though it was her turn to come here, since I was going there anyway to get the sheep, I was like, listen, I'll hang out and help you with something, because I'm finally starting to feel better. And so I stayed over there, and I actually got home at 5 o'clock, but by the time I got the sheep put away and in the house and settled down, it was like 5:45. So I had posted on the community page early that it would be today. Anna has the brain fog. Wednesday live. So basically, when I started taking the COVID shot, and now that I'm not the COVID shot, because I did not take the COVID shot. When I started taking the Wegovy shot, is when I started really having huge amounts of fatigue, and I did not connect the two because I didn't know that depression was a big side effect to that shot. And you guys, it actually got really, really bad. It was pretty scary. And I could not motivate myself to do anything. Like just getting up out of my chair or out of bed or anything was really, really hard. And Kira and I powered through, and we got some things done. But that's the reason why the goat barn didn't get done, because if I had had my normal energy, we would have totally gotten it done. So I've now been off of it about a month, and I'm literally starting to feel like me. Like I have my energy back. I still have a lot of joint pain if I eat something I'm not supposed to eat, but that fatigue is going away. So that's really nice. But I didn't have energy or desire to film or edit or whatever. I just had to get enough to motivate myself to go outside and do something. Adding anything more to it just didn't happen. So now that I'm feeling better, I definitely feel like I miss editing, I miss filming, I miss doing things. The filming and the editing actually inspires me to get things done. So it's like, okay, well, I need to film, I need to do a video, so I'm going to work on this project, and that works really well for me. So so Michigan has a little bit of snow. I saw that. Anna, you got snow today. Ooh, and it finally broke a several-day migraine. That's nice. The rooster. Yeah, KJ, I was not. I wish I would have connected the dots a lot sooner. And I still didn't connect the dots until it made me really sick and I had to go to the ER, and then I didn't take the next one. And then I started like, okay, I need to look up all the side effects of this, and that was one of them, and I was like, oh, geez. Oh, I'm excited for that, Priscilla. Oh, you're having a big lag? So somebody had mentioned on our local Facebook page that their Starlink was down. So I really haven't been having an issue with mine, but that'll be sad if there's a big lag. Hi, Deer Haven Off Grid. Oh, so I got the curtains. These curtains are blackout curtains, and they help with the cold on this window, and I got them on clearance for $7. I ended up putting 4 panels on this window because this is a, I think it's a 8.5 foot or 9 foot window. It's a 9 foot window, 8 foot window. So it took 4 of those for this, and I bought all that they had, so they didn't have any more. So I started looking for something for the sliding glass window, and I went to a different Walmart and had the exact same, so I was able to get some more. So I've actually got enough to do the sliding glass window, and then like these are 84 inches long, so I can cut, I need to cut off like this much so I can do something like a half curtain in the kitchen window, and then I might be able to sew some together for a couple of the other windows. But I'm really excited because I think those are so pretty, and it makes like the whole room, it makes such a difference with the whole room. Bob. Bob's rowdy. Wait, Heather is decorating things now? Who is this lady? So I always decorate things. Like I did the dresser. I like the decorating part of it. It's the I really am worn out though with the building. I was talking to my son and I'm like, I'm ready for all of this to just be done. Done and doing the fun parts of it. I don't need any more, Kelly. I've got enough. So that's good. Plus, they were on clearance. That's why I was so excited about them. Bob goes MIA and comes back rowdy. Exactly, right? Like, he is full of it. I should put my thingy here so I'm not looking off to the side. But Chloe's in the way now, so when she moves, I'll move my, whatever the heck this thing is called. Oh, a computer. Aw, thanks, Bob. I appreciate that. Every girl likes to be told she's pretty. He is being very sassy. So, yep, spent the day with my friend Jen, and that was really nice. We were talking about expectations and dreams and, you know, the things that you do at the end of the year where you kind of discuss what you feel like you can do and can't do. She is also having some burnout. She's a paramedic, and so is her husband, and the farm is really her thing, so she does all of the farming stuff, and she's worn out. She does a big garden too every year, and she's a cook from scratch girly and canning and all of that stuff. And we got to talking about it, where last year we were talking about we're going to need to grow our own food. Well, we both have autoimmune disorders now, so moving more towards the carnivore diet, maybe some keto, taking out all of the grain and pasta, so no more making breads, no more pasta, no more any of that stuff that both of us really like. So we were discussing that, and I said, I think I'm going to focus on a lot of different herbs, medicinal garden, maybe growing stuff that I can harvest for the animals to maybe offset some of the hay type of stuff. Did Mary make it? Hi, Brenda. Thank you so much. Hi, Mary. Bob's rowdy. Be careful. Kira's doing really well. Her dad got a dog, so she's playing with a new dog who's super cute. We are actually, Anna, we're talking about snow. We're expecting about 3 inches of snow on Saturday. And we're kind of in that phase now, that temperature now, that if it hits the ground, it's probably staying here. So we have about 1 inch on the ground now. We're supposed to get 1 to 3 inches on Saturday. That's probably going to stick. And paninis sound awesome. Paninis are good, Kara, but you can't have bread. I'm trying to figure out where she saw paninis. Oh, hold on, now I gotta back up because I found it. Kira, it's like a Foreman grill, but the top kind of detaches so you can press straight down. Paninis are those grilled flattened sandwiches, but a press. Yeah, but she can't have the bread. She's supposed to be on the same keto gluten diet. And I know it's not fair, but that's how it is. um, let's see. So Avery Acres, you're getting 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., but the map I see is 3 to 4 inches, so very small flakes. Yeah, her dad will have to figure out what he wants to buy her to cook with. Um, I don't know, Kira. Kira doesn't like mushrooms. You know, a lot of autistic people are very, very picky about the foods that they eat and how they're cooked, and she is one of them. And I'm pretty sure she doesn't like mushrooms. I love the portobello mushrooms as bread. I do that a lot. Actually, I make pizzas with them, so that's good. I know I love mushrooms too, Priscilla. I can't, like, it's so hard. I always make them on the side, and then I add them to whatever I have. Yeah, mushrooms are creepy and gross. No snow in Massachusetts, Bradley. Are you guys expecting much this year? Much snow? I know the South is supposed to be getting hit harder than normal. And then we're not supposed to get significant snow until like February. So we did pregnancy tests on the goats, and the goats are pregnant. Pretty sure the sheep are pregnant. Never had a problem with her male not breeding. Warm winter. I'm praying for a warmer winter too. If it stayed right here like it is. So my son and I were talking. He's building his house, and he's working right now. He's trying to get the roof on before we get big snow. A little bit of snow is not a big deal. But he wanted to have it done before the end of this month, and he's like, I don't know. But we are supposed to have this little blip of weather, and then it's gonna warm up to high 30s during the day and low 30s at night. Right now we're in the 20s at night and the 31 during the day. So it's kind of cold. I definitely am a fair weather farmer. Like, I think a couple of things that I've changed in my head that need to be done different. I want to have the barndominium and then like a garage attached to it that could kind of go along with the goat barn, and then a covered pathway to the goat barn. So you actually don't even have to go out in the super cold weather at all to get to take care of animals. I am all for it. It's like totally what I want now. I'm like, this would be great. But so far it's working out, other than all of my water tanks are frozen solid. So because I was on the shot, I just could not get myself motivated to get things done, and getting the water tanks covered and insulated and all that kind of stuff didn't happen. And so I did get the one by the animals covered, but not fast enough or good enough, I guess, because it still is cold. And so those have all frozen solid. So I ended up buying a 55-gallon drum that I brought inside, and I fill that up. And then I take 10 gallons out to them, 5 to 10 gallons out to them, and then I heat water on the stove and take that out there in the morning and throw it on there to melt the ice. And so that's working so far. And once snow falls, they actually eat the snow, so they drink less water because they eat the snow. So that helps. But yeah, so definitely have to get something figured out for the water, and to be able, gotta go. Bye, Bob. Did you see the cooler ideas I sent you? So funny thing, my friend Jen has that set up for her rabbits. So that's pretty cool. And then you sent me that, but she had that out at her house. It is a lot of work, Anna. I completely agree. Oh, you're talking about the puppy. Yeah. Yeah. But I think the puppy is a softer puppy. He's more like Justin, so he may not be too much work. A breakers. I would send it if I could. What? The warm weather? I missed what you said. I didn't see what you said before that. Oh, the water filling. Yeah. It's a lot. So that has to be figured out. Now, when I plumbed this, I made a spigot on the outside to where I could just fill a bucket on the outside of underneath the kitchen window there, with hot water and cold water, to carry a bucket over there. But when I set up the goat barn, we'll bring in the big bales of hay. I think I need 4 or 5 of them for the entire winter. So we'll bring in a big bale of hay, and then in between the bales of hay, the goats will be able to come up to the hay and pull it through the fence and eat it, so that they can free feed. I'll put the water tanks in between those, so it'll be insulated with this hay, plus wrap it and insulate it and whatever. But that way it should not freeze. So we're going to try that. And then I can have 2 of my tanks out there. So that would be 500 gallons of water for the animals out there. So that's kind of my idea for next year, for water. But that'll have to be done up pretty soon. And I think it's going to be one of those things where we have to pull everything out, put in the bale of hay, bring the water in, and then water tank in, then bale of hay, then water tank, and then bale of hay. And then it'll work. Then it'll be able to, it shouldn't freeze. That's the key. It just should not freeze. So, hi Robin. Oh, the weather's killing you. I'm sorry. Think of the chaos and the videos. You're gonna watch Dad's dog playing it. The weather's hard. Okay, so Kelly and I went to Costco and met her there the other day. What day was that? I don't know, Monday. And when I go to Costco, I get a slice of their pizza. And I was like, I'm just going to do it. I know I'm going to hurt tomorrow. I know that's going to happen, but I'm going to do it anyway because I love their pizza. It's one, it shouldn't be so bad. I woke up the next day and hurt so bad. Every joint in my body hurt so bad. It was just awful. I'm a snow birdie burning to San Antonio in a week for the winter. There you go. I was telling somebody that. I should be one of those people. Oh, Anna, I did miss your suggestion for inside goats. I did not hear that. I didn't see that. Yeah. Most of the 1/3 of an inch of snow we got this morning melted. A few fakes are flying an hour ago. Oh, there you go. Got the garbage out. Hi, Tony. It's hard on your lupus. Yeah. So I went in and saw, I got a new RA doctor, and she was like, so what have they diagnosed you with? Because there's nothing in your records. So the old doctor, you guys, and I kept saying, he doesn't want to call it lupus, but he's not really telling, he says he's going to call it RA, but he didn't write any of that down in his notes. So I told her I am coming off of this Wegovy medicine. I had a whole bunch of side effects. I had side effects to the medication that he was giving. And so I'm going to try and just do a food elimination diet and see if that works. And when I'm really good on carnivore, I don't have any joint pain at all. But now it's gotten to where even when I just cheat a little, so early on, if I would have had that pizza, it wouldn't have hurt as much. I would have barely hurt. This time it was like everything hurt so bad. So I'm not going to be able to have little cheat days at all. It appears as if. RA and lupus with organ involvement. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. Constantly depending upon the doctor. And that's the absolute hard part. So I went in for a body scan to see for the Wegovy, to see if I lost muscle weight or fat weight or whatever. And his daughter had lupus, and she was diagnosed at 7. and they lost her a few years ago due to complications. It's just so sad. Eating clean helps, yeah. Kira, you hate snow. You hate the cold. What are you talking about? who's who's gonna walk the dog out in the snow when you don't like the cold and the snow? That was why you didn't want to be here for the winter. You're like, no, it's cold. I don't want to do that. KJ, bye-bye curtains with inside goats and Blue Eddy and anything else they could possibly eat. Yes, they are little menaces. Especially that little tiny white goat, Mrs. B. She was such a brat. The joint pain seminar today was talking about weight, exercise, and sleep, of course, but also about stress playing a large role in joint pain and diet. So I was reading, because I have chronic PTSD and moderate depressive disorder, which is brought on from the PTSD, and it was talking about that can cause you to have autoimmune disease. So I don't know if they can service connect it, because it is now a symptom. Probably it could be connected as a symptom to my PTSD. So Chloe loves the snow. Justin does too, but Chloe loves it. She likes to slide down the hill. She's hilarious. So no pasta or bread when you come for dinner. Unfortunately not. And I have, it's, okay, Anna and I were talking about this because we're both doing this carnivore diet, and it is the saddest thing. Like, there's definitely this mourning period because I love to cook. I love to cook Italian type meals. I love bread. I love pasta. And of course I do, because those turn right into sugar in your system. And, I like sweets too, but that's what it does. And it spikes your insulin, and it causes all these pre-diabetes and all these other issues. So it's just really sad. It definitely triggers it. Oh, and the anthrax shot. Yeah, Kira loves potatoes. She's not allowed to eat those either. It's so sad. We love to cook, and bread is life, but eating clean makes such a big difference in our quality of life. Yes. And then really just figuring out something to replace that. So if I'm not, okay, so we've also chatted about these people, and tell me if you're one of these people that literally can just eat like the same thing every day and be happy and content, and it's no big deal. Like, no big deal. You could have the exact same breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day, or one big meal in the afternoon, and be fine. Now, Kira is kind of that way. So when she's here, I just make one of those big chuck roasts, and I grill it like a steak, and she will pick that over everything else, pull it out of the fridge, eat it cold, and doesn't even want stuff topped on it, doesn't want extra things, nothing, just the red meat, which is the best thing for her and her autism, and she does fantastic on it. And so as long as that's in the refrigerator, she will beeline for that every time. That's her ice cream. Me, I open the fridge and I'm like, what looks good? What sounds good? What do I think I want? Like, it's like this whole thing, and I want something new, and I want something fancy, and it's because it's like this hobby and this joy of the whole food experience. So if I stop doing it, so Priscilla's the same, Anna's brother is that way. Yeah. Okay, KJ can for 3 days and then she gets bored. I wish I could do it for 3 days. By the time, now I will eat leftovers. But like, I brought a rotisserie chicken the other day and I had it when I came in. And now I'm just like, oh, that's in there. Yuck, I need to eat that so it doesn't go bad. Einkornbread, no. Kelly can't make those. At least not for a while. No pasta, no bread whatsoever until number one, um, my weight is where it needs to be, and two, I have healed my gut, and then I can try it and see how it affects me. Um, oh, Kira says choices give me anxiety, so to make myself not get anxious, I think like a dinosaur. That's funny. Doing the egg fast is miserable, and it's only 3 days, and I can do it, but I'm not happy about it. So I did that once, and I had for years a really, really hard time even eating eggs because it made me want to vomit. Now I like fried. Fried eggs are my favorite, but yeah, I don't. Cauliflower crackers at Aldi's. Oh, interesting. It's just basically eggs. Is that a choice too? T-Rex or Brontosaurus? And Aunt Heather makes the best red meat chuck roasts. Oh, thanks. Oh, Darlene, we didn't do a notification. So here lately, whenever I've been pre-setting up my lives, it turns it to vertical instead of horizontal, even though I set it up as horizontal. And so I've kind of just been doing it last minute, and then I just wait until people pop on, and it's no big deal. But that's been a big issue here, gosh, for a couple of months, and I don't know why it's doing that. So, raptures. So, KJ's a member for 22 months. Let's see, Colleen. Kind of like with Jess going on the carnivore to help heal her, she's able to eat bread now. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I've kind of had issues with bread my whole life. It's one of those things that I could have like bread once a week, but if I don't, it really affects my system and things don't work the way they're supposed to. So I tried even like tortillas and stuff like that. Like if I eat too many tortillas, it really affects me. You don't even miss bread. Oh, I hope I can get there someday. I'm going to shift this now that Chloe's climbed up on the couch so that I'm not looking over this direction. I can look a little bit so you guys don't have to look at the side of my head. There we go. You already miss my cooking, though. That makes me happy. That means you'll come back, because I already miss you. Oh, thanks, KJ. She said, if you like the content, please hit the like button. So, I will be getting back to videos. I'm starting to feel better. You know, I'm so grateful for my members because you guys have kept me having a paycheck. Even, you know, it's not very much, but it's still a paycheck, and every little bit helps. I am putting myself on a pretty strict budget, and I'm going to be doing a lot smaller projects. I am really hoping we can get back on the shop, but my son's kind of used a lot of the lumber and logs to get his house built, because we need to pay off this land. So, we're going to get, we're on an owner finance with this property. I don't know if anybody knows that, but we're on an owner finance with this property, and we need to pay it off here pretty quick. So, he's building this little house that we'll eventually use as a rental. But we'll be able to get a mortgage on that and pay everything off. So this next summer is really getting that space done because it's much closer. And then I don't owe a huge amount on the land, so we're going to get a bigger mortgage than what I owe. And then we'll both be able to put that money back into building our prospective houses. So hopefully we can I actually want to hire out putting up the frame, electrical, plumbing, and spray foam on the barn dominium. and then I'll finish out the inside and stuff. So that's what I'm hoping to do. But Kira and we're really going to focus on. So I'm writing down and making the list of what's most important to have done for next winter. What so we're going to start out with the firewood very early in the spring. It's probably one of the first things we're going to do, and if not when she gets back over here, which should be like in March. I mean, I guess that's kind of spring, but we're going to get started on that really early so that it's done, and then there's no worry. And then the goat barn is really important, and the pigs need a more permanent shelter and fencing for them. So those are going to be really important. Some fencing work done, and then once that stuff is finished, then we can move over to time and energy and money into the shop. And the thing about the shop is I already have the metal for the roof bought. I have metal for the bottom 4 feet bought already. The wood stove that I had in here was actually purchased for there, so that could go back out there. But we can get the ground brought up to level so that it's easier to work out there, and then being able to hire the crane to set the top posts and stuff. So I'm really excited about that. Oh, yes. Oh, thanks, Kira. She reminded me of this funny story. So he didn't scare me. He just cracked me up. So right now they just have electric mesh fence, which is not on because it's winter and we just don't get enough sun for the solar thingy to work. So I'd gone out to the outhouse, did my business, came back inside, decided to put more gas in the generator, and the generator was running. And so I'm standing there pouring gas in it, and all of a sudden, and I'm just kind of looking around, and all of a sudden, the big boy pig, BP, big pig is what we call him, pokes his little face around. It's like, here's the wall of the shipping container, and he pokes his little face around. It was the cutest thing. And I was like, well, hey, buddy. And then he was so excited because I think the generator was scaring him, so he thought it was a dragon, and he was like, I can't go back there, I may die. And then there I was, so he was very excited about, I got out and I couldn't get back in. So he's so sweet. He'll just follow you around, and he wanted scratchies, and he was so excited about it. It was hilarious. Thinking about doing the keto cheese pasta option. I don't know what that option is. 8 plants, it's an herbivore. I miss the pasta. Filled pasta, yeah, I miss the pasta. I really like pasta. And the thing is with the carnivore diet is there's no filler food at all. It's meat and then eggs, and then it was clearly a dragon, Heather. I was like, did you think this? Okay, so because I told my grandsons that we have a dragon on the property because we have a cave. So everything's a dragon. I got some little shiny rocks. I need to find because I picked them up, and I'm going to set them out so that Jasper can find them whenever he comes over here. And then he can be like, I found this shiny rock, because I told him that if the dragons really like you, they will give you shiny rocks. Cilantros wouldn't work. The fettuccine Alfredo for lunch, then KJ. Lentils. No, the carnivore diet is red meat, lamb, some fish, eggs, and butter, and then cheese. So if you're not losing weight, if you have weight to lose and you're not losing weight, then you're supposed to take away milk and cheese first. Make sure you're getting good calories going. And then if you're still not losing weight, then you may need to do some fasting. But the fasting, my friend Jen listened to this whole podcast, and they were talking about men can fast. Their bodies handle fasting really well. Women, it does not, because it messes with their hormones. And so I thought that was really interesting, because I have never been able to be someone that fasts. I've wanted to be able to be a person that fasts, but I've never been that person. Like, I get really, really hungry. I get the shakes, and then I binge eat, and it's terrible. Cows are the best. Kira, cows are the best. I do want to tell you, though, I got, no, because it has still high carbs, Kelly. So part of the fun of kids in your life is messing with their little minds, Santa Claus, invisible dragons, etc. I know, right? Oh, Priscilla, you're one too. Cannot fast. I cannot. And I get like angry. I am totally, when God talks about in the Bible that if you're angry, eat a snack. What's the other one? So if you're angry, you should eat. If you something else, you should nap. Like, that is me to a T. Oh, Virgil can't, but you can. Interesting, Colleen. That's interesting. I used to Anna, I used to fast regularly. I've struggled the last couple of years with it, though. I wonder if it's the hormone thing, like your hormones. Yeah. But she was in this podcast, this doctor was talking about, and it's a doctor that does do the carnivore diet and recommends it and all those things, was talking about how women's bodies just don't do really well on it. Now, I definitely could eat in the afternoon and then not eat until the morning, or mid-morning or whatever. I could totally do that, but I couldn't not eat for 48 hours or 24 hours or whatever. What's not real? They are real, Anna. Don't listen to her. They're totally real. So lamb actually is really good for you. And it has higher magnesium, higher zinc. And now I still have foggy brain. So there's that. I get the gist of things. I can remember the gist of things. I just can't remember all the technical words. So there's this lady that does carnivore. She's an herbalist, and her husband has insulin deficiencies from type 1 diabetes, and she's really studied all of this, and so this was one of the things she was talking about, that lamb has something in it, can't remember what it is, that strengthens our cells. And if your cell is if your body's deficient in this particular thing that you get from lamb, you'll get leaky cells, which gives you fatigue, arthritis, inflammation, all of that kind of stuff. So I definitely all my lamb babies will definitely be going into the freezer, and I'm going to up eating more lamb, because if that's an easy one to grow out. I am thinking about getting a cow to grow out to process in the spring, and then processing next fall. We'll see. So let's see, Tony, I'm never hungry now. I'm on, I don't know how to pronounce that. You always feel full. So the Wegovy did that. It made me feel really full, but I had so many side effects. And my doctor was like, some people don't have side effects and they do great. Other people are like you and they have lots and lots of side effects. Well, you lied to me, so I had to, KJ. What just happened? Oh, you told on me. No fair. You don't like lamb. So, I actually have had lamb when I've been out, and it has a real gamey flavor to it. But the lamb that I raised, which are these same bloodlines that I have now, so I I sold my sheep to Jen. When I sold my sheep, I sold her my babies. She has raised those, and I purchased babies out of those. So it's all my same bloodlines that I had at my other farm, and it was very mild. Now I also don't hang it, and I don't like when I process. I basically process, break it down, and get it in the freezer. And so when you hang it, if you hang it for a week like they do at the butcher, you'll get more of that lamb flavor versus if you don't hang it for a long amount of time. Like usually I start the processing and then I hang it overnight and then I start breaking it down into the pieces the next day. So it hangs for 24 hours to get any blood out that needs to be out. But I don't hang it for a week because that gets a lot of the moisture out, so then you get more intense lamb flavor. So maybe that's why. That might be why. The males are very musky. Yeah, I think if you did a non-neutered male, an intact male, that would be pretty musky. Or musky is a smell, but it's a smell that you can taste, Kelly. It definitely changes the flavor of it. Let's see. Kira, I liked it when Dad took me to the food truck on Monday, and I'm not one for sheep, but I did like the sheep. Did you have a gyro? It was great seeing you too, Avery. Thanks for hanging, Avery Acres. Thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate you. It was nice getting to chat also. Anna, you're struggling to talk. I'm struggling to talk. You're struggling to type, but I am struggling to talk. Like, my brain is not functioning. You tried several different times. Your mom loves it. Yeah. So the last group that I sent off to the butcher, I don't know what they did, but there was adrenaline in the meat, and it was horrible. I could not eat it. My dogs wouldn't even eat it. I couldn't even use it for dog food. We had to throw it all out. It was 5 sheep. I was really upset. Oh, you did have a gyro. Oh, I'm so jealous. I love gyros. Anna too. Anna too. Wait. Hi, Jody. Oh, thank you. What did Kelly get blamed for? I missed what I said. Oh, well, I'm not going back. But anyway, so upping lamb and then, with the red meat. I do think that when my goats have babies, any female babies will put up for sale immediately. And then anybody that sells, that's great. If they don't sell, that's fine too. We'll just fill the freezer with it. Oh, musk is a taste. Okay, gotcha. That's funny. You must have said something right underneath her, but I knew what you were talking about anyway. But that weird thing that Kelly definitely said, and not me. Bob passed the cantankerous on to Anna before he left. Oh, he did. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Hi, Juanita. How are you doing? How cold are you down there? So tomorrow I'm picking up hay for myself and for my son, and then I have to cut firewood in half because I'm actually running out. So the smaller fireplace, the firewood actually needs to be 8 inches or smaller. Even though it's 11 inches on the inside, the 10-inch ones are really hard to get in there. You have to do this, and that's scary when there's fire going. Hi, Charlene. And so there's a guy by where my son works that he actually sells firewood. And Victor had asked him, do you do shorter cuts or whatever? And he said not really, because he has to do all that by hand. But he does have the cutoffs, when the odd shaped cutoffs that are from the end of a log. So if he does 16-inch cuts and then there's just like a little bit, those, he's got a big pile of those. So I can get those for $100 a cord. And I think he has 4 cords there. So I need to buy that. They're in rounds, so we would still need to split them, but that's not a big deal. And that's a great price. So that's kind of cool with the smaller fireplace. Da, 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 da. She already sends me all the videos that ruin food for me. I totally do. I'll be like, oh, Anna. So yeah, I think that I was pretty excited about hearing that because, eventually I'm not going to have logs down. Like next year we do. We have all the logs that I was supposed to cut this year. We'll get those cut up in the spring and be done with it. So I won't have to buy firewood next year. But, if I'm wanting to have a couple of years worth of firewood ready, then, one, that's a great price to be buying it, and who knows how much he has by the end of the year. But basically I could just tell him, let me know what you got, I'll take 5 or 6 cords, and then it can be delivered and dumped, and then we just have a lot of firewood. So send her that weird musk perfume short I sent you. I don't know which one that is, Kira. You're gonna have to resend it because I don't know which one it is. I'm going to get the videos on pasta for the fettuccine Alfredo remark. Yeah. That's one of my favorites too. Alfredo sauce is legit my favorite. Now that can be keto and carnivore. And I did make the carnivore pizza crust with the chicken. So you take chicken and Parmigiano Reggiano cheese and mix it in your food processor so it's a mash. And you can add, whatever seasonings or want in it. And then you smash that out and cook it for 20 minutes. And then you put all your pizza toppings on it. And it was really, really good. It was really good and very filling. The one with the weird deer with long teeth and a musk gland on its tummy. Yeah, Kira, I don't know. I'll have to go back and look. Cheese was bad, and that's the hardest time our friendship has ever gone through. Trust me, I was very sad about that also. I was like, this is dumb. But I feel like, so once, because I have probably 70 pounds to lose, so once I'm down on that weight, then slowly start trying things in, like you do with an elimination diet. You try things, and if you're, I feel like, we've been on these diets to lose, on this elimination diet, carnivore diet, to lose the weight and get rid of the inflammation in the body, which is my big issue. And then when you add something, you're going to know immediately, like the Costco pizza. And I was so bummed when I woke up. I'm like, that's not fair. Be right back. Be left front. What isn't bad? Steamed spinach. I don't want to live to be 100 if all I can eat is steamed spinach. Actually, spinach is terrible for you if you have inflammation. You need nettles. Eat nettles instead. They're really good for you if you have inflammation. Kale. It's definitely kale. The one thing about kale is I can feed it to the rabbits, so it's great. Grow the kale, feed it to the rabbits. The rabbits love it. And then you have meat. So kale can grow meat. I feel like kale is only good in that Italian soup because it holds up really well. This life is mean, right? Right. So, yeah, I mean, who knows what we'll be able to really have in our diet, and I bet it will ebb and flow where, You can eat something and it doesn't bother you, and then you'll eat something and it will. Kelly, I was very proud of myself that I did not tell her I told you so when she started complaining about how she felt after eating the pizza. Yeah, but you did say, well, I won't say I told you so. But like I told you in the store, I'm making an educated decision. I know what's going to happen. I'm just choosing to have the pizza. Now I just have to remind myself, remember how bad you felt? Let's see. I suppose that's why a variety is good for you. Yeah. The zuppa toscano, yes. Sub cauliflower? No, that's rude. So I am definitely one of those people that there are certain things that I really, really like. And if you change them, I don't want them. I'd rather not have them at all if I have to substitute things in. Who else is like that? Because there are really things. Now I'm trying to adjust myself to the carnivore pizza because I really, really like pizza. Let's see, Anna, I ate a burrito last night knowing the results, and I was okay with it. Yeah, it's like I knew. I was surprised, though, it was way worse than what it was the last time I did that. It was kind of like, oh, I feel a little icky. I could tell you literally without looking where every joint in my body was. Especially my hands and my feet hurt so bad. Can't eat cauliflower, it makes you sick. There's a lot of people that cauliflower does that too. Hey, why are you licking your feet, Chloe? You want to come say hi? Do you want to come over here and say hi? Come here. She's like, dang it. Dang it. Come here. Oh, man. Come here. She's like, are you going to hug me? Look at that cute face. Look at that girl. You're such a mess. You're such a mess, Chloe. She's so funny. She's getting so grumpy. Okay, you guys. I don't know why I thought Chloe corgis lived to be like 37. Like, I feel like that should be a thing. Chloe will be 9 in June. And corgis' lifespans are 12. So I'm kind of sad. Chloe's like, I better get a snack. Yeah, she is. Does hers want a cookie? She wants a cookie? I'm not getting you one yet. Not yet. Don't bail. Don't bail. Don't bail. Don't bail. She's like, I'll go get a cookie. Do you like the cookies? So mean. So mean. Stay on the couch. Stay there. Right there. Stay. Just stay right there. Don't jump up and down. So, kind of sad. I'm not clicking on that, Kira. Oh, found it. Yeah, Kira, you're not supposed to put those up on here. Delete that off. You're not supposed to put links like that up here. Send it to me in Messenger. I think it's because the Queen always has had a corgi, and the Queen lived forever. So she's always had corgis, so they always seem like they live forever. Well, because shorter, smaller dogs live so much longer. But Sil made it. Hi, Sil. So it's kind of one of those things that I'm like, they're small dogs, and so they should live to be 18 years old. But she's also been on a diet, and she's doing okay. Basically, she gets her half a scoop of breakfast food, and then she gets cookies throughout the day. So she gets like 4 or 5 cookies throughout the day, and a greenie to eat. So, she's not happy with it. Justin is staring at me now because I said the C word and haven't gotten him something. He was not food motivated early on, but now he's getting to where he likes them. He's so cute. It's just like, okay, so who else has electricity in the air in their house? So we kind of shock each other. I can't really pet them because I shock them. So she's like, quit touching me. Aw, deserves love, Mama. I'm so cute. You're so cute. It's not fair that our furry companions don't live that long. Yeah. Gerbils live like 2 to 3 years. Oh, that's true. Yeah, I definitely. So when my cat passed away a few years ago, he was 12 years old. And that was really the first thing that I was like, I'm so grateful that I got 12 years with this cat. He was a cat we found in our barn. My son found in the barn when he was a baby kitten. And I am definitely one of those people that get another pretty quickly. I don't wait. I like having them around, and then I just become it actually makes me happy to see Facebook memories or pictures or stuff, because it just reminds me of how cool they were. I really wish that I could have had puppies out of her. Juju's a mama. You should have been a mama. You should have been a mama. You should have had the puppies. And then I could have had 27 corgis. She's like, oh no. We go to Jen's house. Jen has a Australian Shepherd puppy. And Chloe was so rude and so mean and growly and snarly and had her mean face on. And she had to be in a crate the whole time because she was a grumpy butt. Justin goes and he plays all day long and he has a fantastic time. We heard that story. Oh, Aunt Heather, I'm going to try to make chuck roast again. Oh, yeah. Dad got you a new fire extinguisher. Yeah, give me a call before you do that. We'll walk through it better. Put the rack down farther so you don't catch the stove on fire again. But you should have got baking soda because you can put it out with baking soda. And then you can still eat the meat. Rinse it off and still eat the meat. But all right, who has any questions before we go? We got like 15 minutes. So is there any questions that you have of me that I can answer? Baking soda meat, it'd be tender. Right? It would tenderize it. Would you tenderize it, Chloe's? The dogs are ready for baths. The neighbor. You gonna ask the neighbor if they have any? I love the curtains. It's definitely make this room a little bit homier. Oh. I don't know. There's a rabbit or something underneath the living room floor. The dogs just went nuts. Yeah, not the lowest rack. A middle of the road rack. I think you should have 4 inches in between your meat and the top, the burners on the top. Let's see, Kelly, what is the next project you're going to be working on in the house? So one that I have a video on that'll go out. I've got one I don't remember what we did. So I have no idea. I know there's some firewood cutting and stuff in it. And I'm going to talk about in that one where I've been and all that kind of stuff and what's kind of been happening. And then we put the new smaller fireplace in. So, yes, Kira, you'll want to take that out now. Put it in the refrigerator. So then we put in the smaller wood stove. So we swapped out the fireplaces. I need to finish the wall behind that. So that's probably going to be the next thing that I work on. I got to cut the metal that goes behind the fireplace and then just kind of finish that whole wall up. So that's probably going to be one of the next ones. And then, but that depends. So if my friend Jen gets over here before I get that done, we're going to be putting the OSB on the ceiling so that I can finish out the ceiling here in the living room. Because that's kind of a 2-person thing. And so that would be really nice. If I'm here by myself, then I need to cut them into 2-foot sections, 2 foot by 8 foot. And then I can, put a 2x4 or whatever up and kind of brace it or something and then put it up. But if I can wait for her to get here, then we're going to work on that so that I can finish the ceiling. I've really, really debated on leaving this open. It's kind of why it's just been left open, because I wanted to get more of this room finished and then see if I liked that open. But I found a ceiling that somebody did that I really liked, so I want to do it. And so this one needs to be closed in. And then I've got to finish pulling wire. So that'll probably happen. And hi, Nancy. Glad you made it. So that's probably going to be one of my next rooms. And then I think I'm going to move to getting the bathroom done so that the shower can be put in and all of that can be completely finished. So that's probably going to be the next thing I do, because I'm kind of filling water buckets and stuff like that for the animals. And yeah, it'll be nice to shower here. I kind of go into the YMCA for that, and that's not really a big deal. But to get that bathroom finished would be really nice. So an indoor bathroom would be so bougie. And in all honesty, I will probably still go out to the outhouse. And I only don't go out there unless it's really yucky weather. Then I don't go out there. But otherwise I go out there. It's not awful. But because I'm not sure how much I like this composting toilet. Now there's a fan that I've got to get hooked up that dries everything out in the number 2 spot. So it's not yucky when you're cleaning it out. Right now it's just kind of a mess to clean out. But it is really nice when the sun goes down and I don't want to walk out to the outhouse by myself, or in general, because we do have a cougar that's up here, which hasn't been seen in a little while, so who knows. Just don't forget the extra bracing for the ceiling fans. Yeah. Yeah, well, and I've got to find center, so I know exactly where it needs to go for center. I've already got the wire pulled for it, and then I've got to put up the actual box that goes up there for the ceiling fan that I bought, and then the extra bracing for that. But are you the cougar this year? I could be the cougar this year. It could be me. You're channeling Bob. And then I'd like to go ahead and get back on the kitchen and finish up the kitchen. I don't know. I'm kind of debating. So I really wanted to finish Kira's room up before she got back, so that room is completely done. But so this is something that you'll only know if you watch the live. She doesn't like being in Kira's cabin because it's behind us, and she feels like she's not part of the house because of where it's at. So we talked about doing some fun little project that maybe put a room up top, where she would have to go through my room to get to her room kind of thing, but it would be up top, and that way this downstairs space could be used for extra things of water in the winter if I needed, food storage, just kind of storage. It's like I can't buy toilet paper in bulk because I don't have anywhere to put it. So, I mean, we could get shelving out in Kira's cabin and just buy stuff in bulk and put out there. But then I also was like, that'd be great for if someone came to visit, we could really set that space up as a laundry room and maybe have a twin size bed or something in there. Folds down from the wall. I don't know. But, oh, good night, Kira. Kind of talking about that. But I found this really cute. It looks like an RV, but it's made out of wood. Hi, Vicky. Oh, no, not Vicky. Sil. Driving to pick up my new Pew Pew. Woohoo! So, anyway, we were talking about that. So, that changes how I would finish out that room that's down here. But I could at least get all the shiplap up and stuff. But so she's coming back into February, beginning of March. There's no way that space would be done anyway, so she's going to be back in this room. So I would really like to do a bunk bed that gets her up off the... Right now she's not on the floor, but she's on a regular size bed, twin size bed. But there's no room back there. That is actually basically a 7 by 8 foot room. It's small. So, in fact, I don't even think the bed fits going east to west. It's north-south. It's right now north-south. So there's basically this little aisleway and then the bed. And so there's not a lot of room. So if we could raise that up, then I know you found a lot of loft beds. I'm just not ready. So getting that up would give space underneath for her clothes. We could like do a whole big clothing rack where her clothes could be under there hanging up and such. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. You're ready. You're ready for me when I am. Oh, did you get one? Did you buy it? You found it. But if you found it, we still have to buy it before it sells from someone else. I have to measure the room and the space to see exactly if it will fit. That's kind of the key. No, but they're on my marketplace all the time. Yeah. Oh, buy it, Kelly. Yeah, and Kira likes being up. She would be okay because there's not a lot of room up. She said she wants to be able to just sit up and not hit her head on the ceiling. So that's our height situation there. But she likes being in tiny spaces. So that size room she loves because it's a tiny space. But she also likes to have... she's a little pack rat, and she likes to have her little nests all around her. So the room gets really discombobulated very quickly. But that's an autism thing. But if she could have all of her little stuffed animals up top, and that way the room doesn't just look destroyed, but she has her little space up top, she likes that. So that's what we're going to try to do. And then, like I said, that gives more space underneath until we get her other little space that we do. So we've talked about trying to do that also in the spring, but definitely next year, and getting that done. Yeah, Anna, when are you going to post a video against them? Anna needs to do a cooking channel. She's fantastic. Other than right now, we're both doing carnivore, and that makes it not so much fun. There are people that have fantastic carnivore channels, though. 100% she needs to do a cookie channel. You know, I think... So I had someone ask me, why are all the North Idaho people stopping their channels and not doing their channels? And message this to me. And it's... the biggest thing is we... Because our winters are so cold and long, I mean, we basically have 7 months of winter up here. And you just don't want to be out in it and doing. And there are some people that can work out in this all winter long and it's no big deal to them. So unless you get your framing done in the summertime to where you're working on the inside all winter, it's hard to do content here. And, you know, once you get your actual house done, unless you have a great big shop, it's kind of hard to do. And then it gets cold enough that your camera doesn't want to film and stuff like that. That actually becomes an issue. Yeah, almost winter, still winter, and construction. Yes. When is Anna moving to Idaho? Inquiring minds want to know. But the making of the videos it's hard and it slows you down. It's not super hard. It slows you down. Once you've learned your angles that you like and that kind of thing, It's not difficult. It is much more difficult when you're doing it by yourself. It's really nice when you have someone else filming for you. Well, hello, little girl. Aren't you pretty? She's so shy. Little Miss Brennan. Hi. Did you come up here to say hi? Come here. Nope, just right there. Okay. Are you jealous? Yes, you are. So, it's not like in the southern states where you've got this huge long building growing season and you can have a fall garden and a spring garden and a summer garden. No, you have one garden here. Like one. Unless you're set up with your greenhouses and it's heated and all of that stuff. So it definitely makes it a little bit harder as far as filming and projects and doing. And I mean, I don't know. I was thinking about this the other day. It's like, I feel like okay, so I get up in the morning and I start the fireplace and it's like a couple of hours to get everything nice and warm so that it's nice in here. And like really nice and warm in here where you could just be in your t-shirt and your, sweatpants or whatever. And so it's basically just going out, bringing in firewood, stoking the fireplace, that kind of stuff for the first few hours that I'm up. And then if I go outside and do anything, it's come in and warm up, throw more firewood because it's a small fireplace now. So you add every hour, you're adding on more. Petting. Justin's like, your hands are moving, but they aren't letting me. Oh, wrapping up Papa Murphy's pizza for dinner. Anna, I want to move to Idaho and then we can all build a big group homestead. So that does make it difficult. So thinking of what am I going to film? There's a lot of things that I was putting off because I knew I needed to do something in the wintertime. And so I didn't get this in here finished. I didn't just focus on this and get this finished because once this was finished on the inside, what am I going to film in the wintertime? Unless the shop's done and I can go out to the shop, that makes it hard. So I know a lot of people build their build and then they don't have anything really to film in the wintertime. And that being said, not a lot of people make good money off of YouTube. There are people that make really great money, but in general, probably 9 out of 10, or I think it's even, less than that, make a couple of $100, not a huge amount. So you have to really, really enjoy doing it, and you have to be okay with it causing you to move slower. So my whole goal behind doing YouTube was something so that my grandkids could see what grandma did when they were little. So it gives them these videos that they can watch when they grow up and they can see the shenanigans when I'm no longer around. So that's kind of what pushes me. The little bit of, because I make under $200 a month. You have to make over $100 in order to get a paycheck. But I basically make under $200 a month on YouTube. And that's because of my members. Like if I didn't have members, then I would not be making that. So I think that's the reason why. Because it becomes a lot of work. And then it's maybe your video will take off. Maybe the algorithm will push it. Maybe some big channel will shout out your name and people will come over and like your content kind of thing. But it's definitely not easy. Not anymore. So, you just have to, I think you have to have a different reason other than making money to do YouTube. But it's also a job, and so you're working a job that you're not going to really get paid for. You can always do other stuff like cooking or crafts. And that's kind of, so Kira wanted me to teach her how to cook. She's like, can you make me a video on how to cook the stuff that she eats? And I was like, absolutely, that's definitely something that I'm going to be doing this winter. The big problem is she doesn't really like to cook, and the way she likes her meat cooked is on the grill, rare. So I make her eat it more cooked than what she likes. She likes it very, very rare. I go for more of a medium rare. And so I am doing a Cooking for Kira series where I'm trying to prepare things and show her how to do it. So that's a lot of fun. And then the crafts, that's kind of the shop. Once the shop's done, we're going to be able to do crafts and stuff out there. That was kind of the goal with that. So medium rare steak sounds good right now, doesn't it? It really does. So, yeah, there's definitely that. And preserving food and making sausage and, making those things. I have this moose meat that I need to grind up. I have some goat meat and some lamb that I'm going to grind up. I'm going to pre-make things like, so when my grandkids are here, they want chicken nuggets. I make those out of rabbit. They don't know that. They can't tell the difference. So I can pre-make all the nuggets and freeze them and, just kind of go through on how to do that. Get your lucky rabbit's foot out, etc. Yeah, Friday the 13th. Ow! You stabbed me with your nails. You got murder mittens. You're so pretty. So I've been able to bribe little Miss Brennan to being a lot more friendly with treats. She is a food hound. Nothing. I didn't say anything. So, like, now she's letting me pet her, and she's getting to be much more friendly. And she's afraid to come through the door. So, but she will now let me pick her up outside. So if I go outside and she's out there, she'll come to me and I can pick her up and walk her in, and then she's good. So we're not having as many nights of her staying outside. She's definitely, this is the softest cat I think I've ever owned in my life. Ouch. With very, very pokey nails. Little murder mittens. You got little murder mittens. All right, you guys, it's 6:03. I am glad to see everybody. I appreciate everybody that watches my videos, and I am getting back to it. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling the urge to... Chloe is underneath the tripod going, is it cookie time? Oh, Kelly asked what's for dinner, everybody. So, I'm so grateful for those of you that have hung in there with me. I really appreciate it. And I'm getting back to it. And I'm glad that I'm mentally feeling better. And I'm no longer in that space that I was in from the Wegovy shot. So I'm excited to get back to finish this little inside of this house so that in the summertime we can work on a deck and get our water situation under control. I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of thinking that I might actually build something for the water to be in, or, I mean, if we could bury it. I do have my 1,000 gallons that I could bury. So there is that possibility. And then the water would not freeze. And then build something over it that I could run some heat into would be really nice. I don't know. Something's got to happen because I can't be having my water freeze up here. Oh, KJ's having fettuccine Alfredo. Kidding. You're not kidding. Leftovers from lunch. Kelly, chicken crust pizza with Caesar salad on top. Yum, Anna. That sounds good. Nancy had pancakes with eggs and bacon for supper. That's yummy. Good night, Priscilla. Ah, Bushcraft family. What's up? We're finishing. We're just exiting out. We're all talking about our dinners and what we're going to have. Kelly had pizza. I don't think I'm having anything. I think I had food for lunch. and now I can't even remember what that was. Oh, I do want to tell you. So my grandson came over and he said, "Do you have ice cream, Grandma?" And I said, "No." And he goes, "But you have an ice cream maker, so apparently I should have ice cream at all times." But I did freeze one of the protein shakes, the mocha ones, and I added some sugar-free raspberry flavoring to it and mixed that sucker up. And then when I mixed it, I added a little bit of heavy cream to it. Best ice cream I've ever had. It is so good. So good. So, I know he's not wrong. He's not wrong. He was very disappointed in me. I got the O. I was like, wait a minute. That's not fair. All right, guys. Juanita had chicken. Listen to you purr. You're so pretty. All right, guys. I'm going to take off. Thanks for hanging out with me. And for you guys that are members, I won't see you this Thursday, but next Thursday. And for everybody else, it will be second week of January on Tuesday. But hopefully I will have a video out soon, since now I feel like doing things. Since I feel so much better. Grandma plus ice cream maker, permanent ice cream supply. Yeah. And he's totally my grandson. Like he likes ice cream too. And now that the protein shake actually is really good, that's going to work for me. All right. Good night. Bye. Boop. Okay. Is it cookie time?